Hi, this is EEB Tarot, two E's and a B Tarot. I'm going to be reading for the sign of Taurus. I'm going to do a 9-card spread where we do the first, it's going to be for the month of April. The first 3 cards will be for the first half of April. The second set of cards, 3 cards, will be for the second half of April. And the last 3 cards will be things that you can either look to celebrate or release in the month of April. During the pre-shuffle, I kept getting like this surveying, assessing, analyzing, reflecting, or just overviewing, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, just kind of taking things in and processing, I think. The number 2 may be significant. I have 3 cards for the sign of Taurus for the first half of April. 3 cards for the sign of Taurus. I've already pre-shuffled, like I said, and cleansed the space. 3 cards for the sign of Taurus for the first half of April. Okay. We have 7 of Swords, 6 of Cups, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. So, sorry if y'all hear my stomach growling. I promise I'm not hungry. It's just talkative, I guess. 7 of Swords. So, 7 of Swords suggests that it's something that is deceitful or sneaky or deceptive. Did I just say that word? Sorry, I'm not hungry, but I am tired. Deceptive. Maybe there are a good amount of Tauruses out there that this energy, like a lag. But the 7 of Swords, it's a yellow card for one, and 2, it's more understood to be wanting to avoid certain things. So it's not like, oh, I'm being sneaky, or it could be depending on what other cards, kind of align with it. But it's like, I'm not going to say this thing that I know is going to be hurtful to this situation, kind of thing. So instead I'll go about it this way. Like, it's kind of avoiding greater conflict by doing something else that may not be at the forefront. You know what I'm saying? But it's with good intention, supposedly, hopefully. 6 of Swords, 6 of Cups. That is nostalgia. That's past self, family. It's a lot of just inner child or familial relationships, or just reflection. Like I said, like, it's, do you remember? Well, I know you remember because it wasn't wasn't like it was days ago. I just told you a few minutes ago. But the surveying the space or processing, some of you all could be just trying to let me do the magician, because that's going to factor in. And so if I double back anyway. So the magician is everything, right? It's the cups, the swords, the wands, the pentacles. It's you having all resources at your disposal, but it doesn't all necessarily have to be external. Some of it isn't external. You being a Taurus, you are 3D, you tangible, everything in that you can have in the everyday world, right? So security and roots and stability and things like that are connected to Taurus. The magician is major for Gemini, but which is that duality, which I also said, I'm pretty sure I said it, twos may be significant. So we have you wanting to try to put something into the ether, right? You trying to bring something into fruition. And this is maybe connected to someone from your past, something from your past, or something that even if it's present, you've known them since your past, right? Like your times before this, right? It could be a parent or another family member. It could be a relationship, like you guys have been together since you were kids, kind of thing. And this wanting this to Seven of Swords kind of pivot from something. So you're trying to bring some sort of connection into fruition, but wanting to avoid pitfalls in that, in the first half of April. And going to that duality thing, it's like there's you're of two minds with it, and part of you is unsure about something that could be connected to the Seven of Swords, like wanting to avoid whatever reaction or effect may result from whatever this is you're trying to connect to or bring to your 3D. Because the magician attracts, right? It calls whatever it needs to it. It can create things out of thin air. You know what I mean? So, but the magician is also with the infinity symbol above the head. It's also about karma and how things all flow and move together in that karma. You know what I mean? Like it's sometimes we can affect our karma. I said sometimes. Every time we can affect our karma. You know how they say when you get to the afterlife or whatever, when you transition on, or when you get to the pearly gates or whatever the imagery of what's next is for you individually, but when you get there, they're like, oh, you weigh your heart, I guess depending on what you believe in spiritually or religiously or whatever, but this is just an example I'm giving because this is one I know. Weighing your heart, the scales, balancing the scales of your heart being weighed against a feather, right? So it's not necessarily, yeah, it is the things we do, but it's also the processing of it, going back to that whole how you are digesting it. um because if you are, sometimes, even though, like I said, Seven of Swords is with good intention, sometimes trying to avoid pitfalls just makes things messier. This is why they think that the Seven of Swords is sneaky, because it's the approach. You know what I mean? Even with good intention, it's the approach. And so, with that and the approach, how are you approaching whatever this thing is you're trying to call to you? Are you approaching it with a heart that is lighter than a feather? You know, Ace of Swords is communication from, again, the ether. You calling that in. Magician card. Something is coming. Some form of communication that you've manifested is coming. Either it's coming to you or you're the one initiating it. But seeing as how the Magician is here, I believe it's you, Taurus, but I also don't see you. The Magician, like I said, has all the elements, but it's not the card I want to see necessarily for you showing up in your reading. So this makes me feel like you're not necessarily as much in the driver's seat of this exchange or this whatever this is, the thing that you're calling in, or this communication, right? Okay. Oh my God. Sorry. Ooh. My throat. The second half. But going back to what I just said, communication is bottom of the deck. I ended it with the or you know what? Or maybe it's not even just communication. That was probably what was stopping me. Maybe it's not even just communication. Just how you're thinking about something. It's how you're thinking about something that is what you're calling in, quite possibly. How you, maybe you're wanting to, let me pull the next three for the second half of April. Can I get 3 cards for Taurus for the second half of April? 3 cards for Taurus. There we go. One more. Yeah, there's a lot of thinking. Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Victory today is mine. So, whatever you're doing in the first half of April is, I feel like it's coming together. The second half of April. Queen of Pentacles, you've shown up. Feminine energy, but it's not gender specific. But it's just the energy. 6 of Wands. That's an accomplishment. That's a celebration. That's an acknowledgement. That's you hitting milestones and achievements and accelerations. Um, Queen of Pentacles is sound financially, but it's also you very sound in your decision making and in how you're the level of confidence that you have and where you are with whatever this is. Five of Swords is conquering challenges, right? It's disruption, and it's what's that like, it's, what is this, like, it's like, it's like tumultuous, right? But also it feels like it's something that you are the victor in and not the one walking away kind of in they feels in the background here. Even if that was you at one point, some point, it feels like it's like the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. It's you making a choice. It's you deciding that, and again, it's you making a choice and deciding that whatever you were looking for up here, trying to bring in with the Magician, it's doing what it needs to do for you by the second half of April. The Lovers is like the Magician, a Gemini card. You could be connected to a Gemini. Maybe this reading is connected to a Gemini. That's the other factor in this scenario. I feel like it's you celebrating yourself. Because the Queen of Pentacles don't need nobody to throw them no party. They can fund their own party. You know what I mean? So, and the Magician got the entertainment locked down too. You know what I mean? Six of Cups is, I know my day ones is going to get things done the way they need to, even though I'm Queen of Pentacles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels very, there's something there, but it doesn't seem, I feel like the major arcana that you have is like not to not account for the challenges and the internal dialogue that you have. They're there, but it's like the mindset that you are trying to embody as you progress is louder than the things that may have been challenging for you previously. Let's get 3 cards to celebrate or release for Taurus for the month of April. 3 cards to celebrate or release for Taurus for the month of April. You know what? I want to shuffle. I didn't do that with the second half. Ace of Cups. Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you're, whatever it was, I feel like that you, I'll say in a second. 3 cards for Taurus to celebrate a release for the month of April. 3 cards for Taurus to celebrate a release for the month of April. Two more cards. the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. One more card for Taurus to celebrate a release for the month of April. Ace of Cups came back. Queen of Cups. So to celebrate a release, so 4 cups in the reverse, that means that you are no longer allowing whatever you were stuck in your feelings about, or in your feels, or causing conflicting or challenging or uncomfortable or disappointing feelings. It looks like you are, I think my cat's trying to come in here. Oh, yep, and there he goes. Okay. All right. Apparently we're in his way. Okay. Okay. I can't even see the cards. Yeah, thank you. So 4 cups, you're no longer in that space of sulking or feeling a way about something. 7 of Cups. This, even though it's not swords, you know, it's not thoughts or communication. The 7 of Cups is still like a lot going on, like a lot of overstimulation, a lot of sensory overload or options, like to the point where, like, you know what I mean? You go to a restaurant and it's pages on the menu. Like, y'all can't be good at all these things can't be good. All of them can't be good. You got every type of cuisine in this book you call a menu. You know what I mean? So even though it's cups, it's showing me that whatever you were thinking on mentally, what had you, it's confirming that it had you a little discombobulated emotionally as well. But Queen of Cups, you've gotten a handle on that, or actively in the process, should I say, of it in April. So things to celebrate is letting go and releasing the things that you clearly want to release, and attracting and calling in the things that fulfill your overall desire for progression. Celebrate the fact that you have options. Excuse me. With the 7 of Cups, continue to release things that are no longer serving you, defeatist, limiting, unhealthy belief systems or mindsets. Continue to celebrate the fact that you have, with the Magician, have access to all the options that you could choose from, but release stimulating yourself with too many things to choose from. You know what I mean? You don't have to go to the restaurant with 3 pages on a menu. There's a multitude of restaurants where they only focus on a particular type of dining, or as you pull back the layers and continue to get to know yourself, you realize that I actually would not like multiple options. I would like this specific type of cuisine, right? So, or maybe you're like, just, 1 or 2 options is good, but not 17, you know what I mean? The number 17 could also be significant, or the number 8, again, infinity. I think you guys are just looking to no longer hold on to past things and to move forward to new things that bring your heart joy. Walking away, quite possibly, from things where you do have to sidestep stuff. Maybe feeling like walking on eggshells or whatever. You know what I mean? Where you do gotta overthink relationships that are there. And you want to just continue to celebrate being secure, Queen of Cups, and confident in who you are. And there's a lot of people here. So this makes me also feel like, this is involving relationships, and not necessarily financial. And if it is financial, with the Magician, the Queen of Pentacles, there, I feel like you have enough queens, as well as the Queen of Cups. And again, on the bottom deck, Ace of Cups, you have enough support, either from individuals you may know. Maybe there's a Taurus, a female, what do you call it, like the matriarch, or a role model, or someone who you go to like for counsel or something, whether it's financial or emotional, somebody who's wiser and more inept. Is that backwards? Like not capable. I think inept is, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying. Or this could be you. You could know a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, who is that person. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could also be significant. Maybe the individual or people that you want to celebrate with have Sagittarius in significant placements in their chart. But let's see, 7-1. Sevens may be significant. You may be seeing repeated sevens, repeated eights. You also may be seeing repeated sixes. Whatever this is that you are working through in the month of April, I think you're going to see the other side of it in a positive way, not an easy way. It seems like it definitely is taking a lot of emotional endurance from you to get through this situation, but you definitely have everything you need in you to do it. And just trust any guidance you receive that feels like it's divinely meant to speak directly to you. You know what I mean? Like, hear God's voice and receive it. But if also, like I said, this emotional endurance, if this requires you to talk to somebody who's a professional with things dealing with the mind and the heart and things like that, then definitely do that, because I mean, it don't hurt to have more help with yourself. You know what I mean? All right, Taurus, if you like how I read, please hit the like, share, subscribe button, leave comments. Thank you so much. Until next read, Taurus. Bye-bye.